Good morning. My name's Harry Moon. I'm president of Western Command Military Vehicle Historical Society. And today it's, the 16th of August here in our COVID summer, our lockdown summer. So we don't have a lot of events, so we've organized a convoy today. It's a Chevrolet, 1944 built CMP, Canadian Military Pattern. And Canadian military patterns were built in Fords and Chevs. My trucks are Chevs. This is a 60 hundredweight, which is basically a 3-ton truck. And the other is a 1500 weight, which is basically like a 1-ton truck. Both of these were made in 44. They made these trucks from late 41 right through to late 1945. You might notice they're right-hand drive because we were part of the Commonwealth and we were building armaments for all of the Commonwealth nations. So a lot of these went to Great Britain, a lot of these went to Australia, New Zealand, India, Southeast Asia, wherever the Commonwealth forces were fighting. They're actually pretty rare in Canada because we didn't bring a lot of vehicles back after the war, and a lot of the new ones they didn't want on the road because they were right-hand drive. They didn't want them surplus, so they sold them into South America. So sometimes on eBay I get parts from places like Argentina for it. It's very narrow townhouse roads, you know, so we're going to go back down this way on this main road here. Welcome back. This is our first stop here on the Western Command coronavirus tour. And we're here in Queensborough area of New Westminster. And this is actually a Boeing building from World War II where we built and assembled the PBY, Americans call it Catalina, we call them PBYs. The PBY-5 was assembled here. There's a little bit more property that's been filled in over the years. They used to be able to finish them, drive them down to the river and fly them away for their test flights, and then probably take them over to Iona Beach, the seaplane station there. This side was the good, clean side.
Play it by ear. Play it by ear.
I was done biking.
Andy, what year is yours?
My bike ran me for 776.
This is a 1942 Dodge weapons carrier. I picked it up in 2007 from our Sergeant Major. He had collected over 30 of them, parted them all apart into a barn, and then slowly gathered them back together. So this is the 5th one, and the last one that he could build out of the parts that he had. I put this in the garage and I had no idea what I was undertaking. There was no green on the vehicle. There was no wood on the vehicle. There was maybe 10 or 12 bolts holding the entire unit together. It was trailer to my house. It took about 2 hours to start the engine, which was kind of exciting and thrilling all at one time. But it was a 4-year project before it ran again.
And what made you want to get a military vehicle?
I don't know. There had not been any motivation or anything. It just happened. I enjoyed watching the Army trucks moving around. I was in the Army. And all of a sudden the Sergeant Major said, I'm moving and I'm going to sell off one of my trucks. Are you interested? So it was that simple.
We're here at Iona Beach Park. This is now a regional park. You can see it's well set up with amenities and washrooms and stuff like that. But in the 60s and 70s, this was just a great place to come to
with vehicles, dune buggies and all that stuff. And I can remember being here as a young man, and there'd be 50 vehicles out here driving around in the sand and back and forth in motorcycles, and you'd go out as far as you could, and hopefully you didn't get drowned with the incoming tide. And sometimes there was vehicles that got, you know, stuck and didn't get out, and once you're swamped, you're pretty much done. But it was a lot of fun. It was a free-for-all kind of place, you know, something we just don't have anymore. But the club used to come out here, the members with the trucks and the Jeeps, they'd come out here and they met, and basically this is the place that people got together and started our club, Western Command, in the early 70s, and then formally created the society and the club in 1977. So we've been around for 43 years, and this is a haunt.
So we're going to go back the way we came. We're going to go across whatever it is, the road to the airport. And we're going to that little village there called Burkeville. Okay. Lancaster Street, Cancel Street. He's going to lead us around. We're going to come back out, and then we'll go to the south side of the airport and go by. And they say they scouted out some World War II buildings yesterday, and we can point those out to
over
us.
by the Flying Beaver.
Okay. And then we'll come back. Flying Beaver.
The Flying Beaver.
All the treads in front of them, in between the rails.
Ross already has a blackmail video.
Okay, and welcome back. We're at our next station here on our little convoy here, and we've come out to Steveston, and we're at the site of the old Steveston and Fort Steveston and Steveston Battery, which in World War II was an anti-aircraft and anti-ship battery that had a number of 90mm anti-aircraft guns, 18-pounder artillery, and Bofors guns. And this is the site of some of those batteries. We're right here at the end of Steveston Road in Richmond at the west end on the dike. A lot of this property on that side of the road was the old Fort Stevens in World War II. And just to point it out, Harold Steve is right here in that picture. He was the mascot of the Royal Canadian Artillery here, and had an association with them the whole time we were here, and has continued an association with the 15th Field Regiment at Besborough Armory. And in recent times, he's given us a tour of the place, and has a bit of a museum. We're not going to get into the museum today, but he has the canteen and the original, all the original equipment and some of the original things that they sold to the soldiers in the canteen, which is in the basement of his farmhouse there. And as you can see, he's still got a working farm here. That's his cattle out there on the other side of the dike. And he's one of the last working cattle farms, I think, in the Lower Mainland here, certainly in the Richmond area. So we're pretty well going to wind up our tour here today. Thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoyed the video. Big thanks to James Jope for doing the video here, and looking forward to working with you some more in the future. Have a good day.
Where's that?